Okay guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how to fill out the table of values for the function 5, then absolute value of x minus 7 plus 9. So I'll show you how to do that by hand and also how to check your work using a calculator. So first we want to compute f of 0. So what that means is we're going to replace x, wherever we see x, we're going to replace it with 0. Okay, so that it only happens in one place. So this is what I'm trying to compute. Okay, always start with parentheses. So in this case, it's absolute value, which is vertical slash, but always start with that. Compute that first. So we get 5, and then 0 minus 7 is negative 7 plus 9. Okay, what is absolute value of negative 7? So absolute value is the distance from a number to 0. So for example, just imagine that this is 0 right here somewhere, and then this is negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there is no negative 7. So you are asking yourself, what is the distance from negative 7 to 0? Now, the distance is never negative. Absolute value is always either positive or 0. So the distance from negative 7 to 0 is positive 7. Okay, so this is going to be 5. And then remember, the default operation is multiplication, which takes precedence before the addition. So you need to multiply first. So 5 times 7 is 35 plus 9. So that if we compute that, this is like 39 plus 5. I think that would be 44. Okay, so that's going to go in here. And again, we're going to check our answer in a second by using a calculator. Okay, so let's go ahead and compute f of 6. So this is going to be 5, absolute value. Instead of x, I'm putting 6, and then plus 9. So again, you compute whatever is in parentheses or whatever is the argument of the absolute value first. So 6 minus 7, that's negative 1. And then what is the distance from negative 1 to 0? Well, that's 1. So you basically need to drop a negative when finding absolute values. So 5 times 1 is 5, plus 9 is 14. So that's going to go in here. The next thing is f of 7. So we are plugging 7 in for x. And again, let's figure out what is in parentheses or what's in the vertical slashes. So 7 minus 7 is 0. So what is absolute value of 0? Well, what is the distance from 0 to 0? Well, the distance is 0. You don't have to go anywhere. You're already at 0. So absolute value of 0 is 0. And again, multiplication takes precedence. We do that first. So 5 times 0 is 0. And then plus 9 will give me 9. So that would go here. Okay, the next one is at 10. So f of 10, again, we are replacing x with 10. Okay, and let's compute it. So first we do whatever is in between the vertical slashes. So 10 minus 7, that's 3. Now, what is the distance from 3 to 0? Well, 3 would be like over here somewhere. So distance of 3 to 0 will be 3. So if the number is positive, absolute value does not change. If the number is negative, absolute value takes away the negative. Okay, so again, the multiplication is first. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 9, that'll give me 24. That goes in here. Finally, I want to compute f of 15, which is also going to be very similar to what I just did for 10. And since I will get a positive number under absolute value, I do not have to do anything with that. I can just drop absolute value. So this is going to be 8. So absolute value of 8 is the distance from 8 to 0 is 8. And so that's going to give me 5 times 8, which is 40, plus 9 is 49. Okay, before I submit, I want to show you how to do the same thing on the Desmos calculator. So let's click on resources and open Desmos scientific calculator. So it's going to be super easy to do that. So what you do is you type up your right-hand side, but instead of X, you place just open parentheses, close parentheses. So I'm going to put 5, then absolute value, Desmos understands, or you can just click on this button right here. Then you type, instead of X, remember, replace it with open parentheses, close parentheses, minus 7. So now I'm closing absolute value plus 9. Now Dismas at this point does not understand what the heck am I doing, because I can't, it just says parentheses cannot be empty. That's okay, I'll fix that, because now I'm gonna plug in 0 in there. So let's plug in 0. I got 44. Okay, then erase that. Now plug 6. Okay, you got 14. Good. Erase that. Got 9. Correct. 10 is 24. 15, 49. So I'm 100% sure that I got this correct.